Good morning. It's Saturday. It's time for the Saturday morning hustle. Let's hit go on the mic and let's get it done. Good morning. It's Saturday. I'm in the office. You know what that means. The Saturday Morning Hustle podcast. And today we are revisiting an idea I floated out 3 years ago on the social media post, focus. The power of focus when it comes to being successful. A lot of people miss this in business, and a lot of people definitely miss this in their personal life and in their career management, because the number one reason people refuse to focus is they are afraid they're missing out on an opportunity, or they're, for lack of a better term, leaving money on the table. And it's actually the exact opposite of that. The more that you focus, the more likely that you're going to be profitable and very effective in what you do. So, first and foremost, focus on what you do. If you run a business, that business should be very focused on specific things. You can't sell sports cars and Big Macs. You can't be a restaurant and a bar and a dance club and a outdoor facility and have volleyball and have limbo and have live music. And see where I'm going with this? Because it dilutes your message, it dilutes your brand, and it actually makes it less obvious for your potential audience, the people who should be coming to your business or doing business with you, what it is you do, and if you are really good at it. But focus on a singular thing, focus on a singular type of business, and focus on how you do it, the aspects that are better and different in your approach than anyone else, and then go forward with that message completely. Too many people try to chase dollars. They try to go and do something simply because they can do it or because there's money available there. And chasing dollars is always a bad idea, because ultimately, if you're going to be super successful in a career or running a business, you have to be focused and have passion for what it is you're doing. If you're doing something simply because you have the ability to, but no passion for it, that will come through in your delivery process. If you're doing something strictly for the money, people will figure that out as well, because you're not going to commit to doing business in the right way. You're not going to go above and beyond when it comes to delivery, to customer service, to quality, to all of the things that people look for in reasons to commit to repeat business with an owner-operator. So focus, and not chasing dollars, not trying to go off into the simply things you could do, but the things that you're really great at, the very singular idea of something that you could do so well that when it gets into a conversation about, do I choose person A, person B, or you, or your business, that you have the ability to win that argument more often than not because of your focus and your passion for the entity and the passion for what you're doing. So if you think you're missing out on opportunities because you're too focused, it's the exact opposite. The highly focused, very specific transaction, very specific business model, very specific product offering allows audiences, allows potential customers, allows people who want to refer you to other people to explain and understand what you do exactly, the value proposition that you're presenting, how you do business, and why it is they would want to or not want to do business with you. These are all huge value in running a business. It's the same thing in a career pursuit or any entrepreneurial pursuit as well, is for someone to understand who you are, what you bring to the table, how you're going to accomplish the things that you say you're going to accomplish. All of that comes from focus and passion, as opposed to chasing money and doing things simply because you can. So a lot of entrepreneurs fall for what I call shiny object syndrome. A lot of people would call it grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, if you will. Lot of entrepreneurs want to do a lot of different things. It's the reason they're an entrepreneur, not working for someone else. And that is a trap that you can fall into because of lack of focus. So it's okay if you have different businesses at different points in your career. But when you start a business, when you get invested in a business, when you are part of the leadership team of a business, you need to be focused on that, on what it is, on what you bring to the table, and how your skills, your passion, your drive, the abilities you're bringing, the experience you're bringing is going to make that company, that business, that entity as successful as possible, as opposed to trying to stick your finger in a bunch of different things and see what works out and then let the other stuff slide. That's a terrible way of doing things. People don't want to do business with you when you act like that, even if you're investing money or you bring a high level of expertise, because you don't have passion, you don't have drive, and again, you don't have focus. They don't understand what to expect from you, and you're not going to deliver on the expectations you create if you are not focused. So avoid the idea of there's money to be made. It doesn't matter that I care or not. It's simply an economic play. Avoid that. Avoid the shiny object syndrome. Avoid the grass is always greener on the other side idea. Avoid all of these things that won't allow you to be focused. Instead, do the exact opposite. Do not try to create a sort of jack of all trades idea because you're smart, because you're capable, because maybe you have a variety of experiences, because like they say, people who are a jack of all trades are typically not the master of any of them. So instead, focus, master some things specifically. It allows you to sell yourself, to sell your business idea to a potential audience, and for people to exactly know what they are getting into when they do business with you. This is not really that hard to do in a concept. It's very hard to do in execution. I know a lot of smart people, a lot of successful business people, a lot of people who are making money, and a lot of people that you would consider very successful that you would say, surely they're focused, and they're actually not. They're trying to do too much on a regular basis. And I've been guilty of this myself too, so I'm not trying to tell you I'm sort of any sort of saint in this. But the more I continue to focus my business, the more that I only try to do things I should be doing, that I have serious passion for, serious drive for, not simply things that pay the bills, the more that I try to say no to the wrong clients so that I can say yes to the right clients, or say yes to the right things in the community that develop opportunities for me to create a business proposition in the future. All of that, the more I focus on it, the more I drive down into very singular ideas, as opposed to a very smart guy capable of doing a lot of things, the more success I find. And that's the point of the conversation. Staying in your lane has huge opportunity to create success, because that straight and narrow, that staying in your lane and not wobbling all over the place, is the fastest path to the finish line. So be the best at what you can, what you do. Have passion for it. You'll have drive for it. You'll put the hours in. You will not be unhappy, upset about how much effort it takes. If you have passion for it, you have passion for it because you focused only on what you want to do on the regular basis all day, every day, as opposed to having to do 50 things, 100 things, 200 things, stretching yourself thin, creating frustrations for yourself, etc. You see how that works. You see how focus allows you to avoid all of those negative aspects of running a business or managing a career, and instead focus simply on what is the most potential to be successful for you. So the last aspect is, the more you focus, the more you have passion, the more that you do exactly what you should be doing, want to be doing, have drive for, and saying no to the wrong opportunities, even if they're financially viable, because it doesn't build a catalog, a portfolio, a history, if you will, of business that you want to be doing on a regular basis. Sorry, I'm going to have to cough. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry. It's change of season, and allergies have gotten me there. So by doing a lot of things that you only do for the money or simply because you can, you get a portfolio, a body of work, if you will, that are things that you don't have passion for. You end up being trapped in the things you don't want to do, which is the whole point of running a business, being an entrepreneur, or driving hard at a career path is trying to put yourself in a position where you get to do what you want to do, what you feel comfortable with, what you're happy with on a regular basis. So why spend a lot of time and effort doing things that you really don't have passion for, that you don't want to be known for, or don't want to have a body of work where people to continue to hire you and continue to give you those types of projects? Instead, highly focus on the few things you have a lot of passion for, the thing you would want to do over and over again, the thing you want your business to be known for, what you want your brand to represent. Be very focused on it. Be very selective on what the things you say yes to. Be very selective also in the things you say no to, as in say no as often as possible when they don't fit the selectiveness. That focus will then allow you to create a body of work that resembles what it is you want to do full-time on a regular basis moving forward. It'll allow other people to understand why they hire you as an individual, or they hire your company, why they do business with you, what your brand stands for, the expectation that you will set and meet. All that comes from being very focused. Sorry, one more time. It was in the back of my throat. I avoided it that time. So with that, I'm going to focus on these allergies that are kicking my ass. I'm going to conclude this week's podcast with this idea. Again, this was something I floated out 3 years ago on the Saturday Morning Hustle on the social media post. I only had 1 minute to discuss all of the ways that you should utilize focus and all the ways that people fail at focusing. I tried to cram it all into a minute. This time I'm cramming it into 11 minutes to give you a better idea of the real value of focus in your career paths and your business pursuits. If you want more information, more ideas on how you could focus a business model and entrepreneurial pursuit in your career, please hit me up in the comments below. I'd gladly have a conversation with you, email exchange, phone, over Zoom, whatever it is, to help you figure out how focus can be beneficial to your career or business pursuits. So until next time, until next Saturday, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, however you found this podcast today or video. Leave a review, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, leave the heart, leave the smiley face, whatever it is on whatever platform you found it on. I appreciate it. Like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends, make a comment, ask a question, DM me if you really need some help, and I'll try to help you out. And until next Saturday, good luck. We'll see you next time on the Saturday Morning Hustle podcast.